Hey, I'm gonna talk a little bit about working on flyover. I didn't look to see who asked, but I got a question regarding rhythm programming, and I really wasn't able to answer very adequately. I thought that I would just use a track off of flyover to illustrate kind of my approach, which is not very complicated. It's first for references. I've been talking about the last track on side one is called "They Go." I keep forgetting to mention the fact that flyover is the music on this is based on this music that I wrote for that I was hired for this film called Flyover Country. It's a small independent film made in Nebraska, gay themed. It's about coming out, self-identity is what it's about. But the film producers wanted a kind of a modern, sort of a modern electronic approach to a lot of the music. And so that's what led to the sound of a lot of this music, okay? So this track, They Go, it wasn't used in the movie, but I wrote this and submitted it to them for the idea of, I don't know what I was thinking, not really club, but maybe, but just something. But anyway, here this is based on the beat.
The world is very different now.
Now I've got the program open, Reason, which I recorded this in, and I'll just to go to the for the I use on here, I use the redrum or red drum more than anything else. So here's just the beat by itself. And the whole idea to me is I know how to play the drums, so I always imagine myself playing it, and if it's swinging or it has a just this kind of a natural, that's what I look for. So then there's layers. The second one I add a little bit. Again, just add a snare, you know, what you hear in the, and I use an old style crack snare, and it's like people say that, you know, the music is kind of retro. I'm not thinking that at all. All I'm thinking about is, you know, does it sound good? You know, so if it makes it retro, that's cool. But I just want to just make sure that people that watch me understand. I'm not thinking in those terms. Okay, I'm just making something that sounds good. So anyway, the bass drum pattern, you know. So let's isolate that. See if we can get a click in there. No, but that's the bass drum. Dun dun dun, bum 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 bum. Then we add another layer. You know, the shaker or whatever you want to call it. That you put it on the off accent. You know, and it just gives it what I call booty. So when it comes to beats, a lot of times I do like for the music to have a certain amount of well, I want the music to always have a good feeling in the rhythm for the body. You know, I like to dance. I always have since I was a kid. Me and my sisters had a dance troupe when we were kids. We used to compete, actually. We were pretty good, actually. So that's, and like on a lot of the tracks on Flyover, I'll open another one. Let's see me go to Thumpin'. That's another one that I submitted to the movie Flyover Country that wasn't used, that's on here. And that whole track was based on the basic beat, this beat. And it was just, again, just a matter of, it's just a pulse, but those little elements. So even at that basicness, we've got kind of a groove already, you know, something to get started with. So what's the next layer? That's some type of Indian drum that I have in there. Again, you know, the whole idea is here, it's very simple, but it's, my body is moving. That's how I know whether or not to use the beat. Let me see if there's another layer. Yep. And so then here it is in the song. Someone asked me if I'm into house music, and no, I don't collect house music, but have I heard house music, and do I like some of it? Yes. Is this house music? Play it in your house. You know, that's what I say. It's like, I don't know, there's to an extent, because this music was made, you know, this was submitted to the movie, but I didn't have anything in mind for it. But to me, the idea that this music has a beat that appeals to the body, but also it's just there. It just kind of creates this space, so it could be good music for driving. To me, so it's not. I'm not going for any genre when I go make these tracks. You know, I'm not thinking in genres at all. Not at any time, really. But again, there's that. I've heard this. I wrote this and worked on this. So I've heard it hundreds of times, and yet even now, I'm just naturally really enjoying that rhythm and the way it's laid out. So that's the only information that I can pass on to the person that wanted to know about rhythm programming and getting out of, maybe they felt like they were in a rut, or yeah, I just try to. So let's see, here's another this is not on Flyover, it's not released yet, and this is something else that's recorded this last summer in July. This was not for the movie. Well, the idea came while I was working on Flyover, but I didn't finish it until almost to the end of 2013, and it's still not quite done. But this is one where, again, it's based on, I got a rhythm that got me moving. And I've played this in a video, so some of you have heard this before. See, what we got going on here is that sequencer. Let me just play the beat because it's real basic. We'll go to number 1 first. Now, even by itself, this seems to me a little bit stiff. We'll go to number 2. So see, this works. It's like this has to kind of work in context best for me. Like, the beat is cool, but it's kind of like, okay, but it's like it works once you get these elements going with it. that makes it funky. And then here with the sequencer, which I wrote, you know, it's not a auto program. You have to write these sequences. I'm looking at it. So again, my approach to talking, huh? Yeah, you know, it's so again, the idea is to try to get. Nile Rodgers talks about it. He made that album, something about the good groove, you know. But that's a big part of it. Is, you know, you want it to groove, you know, and let the body be the guide. Is what I say. I don't necessarily always think of a particular pattern. If anything, I try to make sure it feels right. There it is. That's all. That's what I can tell you. Okay. Yeah. Thoroughly enjoy this. I thoroughly enjoy my music. Yeah. So I'm really happy to be able to share it. Okay. Talk to you later.